Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel where I share everything you need to know about Diablo 4. In this video I'm going to explain the lore and story of Diablo 4 as well as its connection to the previous games in the series. If you're new to the Diablo franchise or if you just need a refresher on what happened and so far, this video is for you. Diablo 4 is set in the world of Sanctuary, a realm created by a renegade angel named Inarius and a rebellious demon named Lilith. Together, they stole the Worldstone, a powerful artifact that shaped reality, and used it to create a hidden sanctuary for themselves and their offspring, the Nephilim. The Nephilim were the first humans, and they had the potential to surpass both angels and demons in power, as they were a combination of both. However, the war between heaven and hell eventually discovered Sanctuary and its inhabitants. Inarius and Lilith disagreed on how to deal with their former factions, meaning Lilith and Inarius, even though they had offspring, children together, eventually they disagreed with how to continue moving on forward. Lilith wanted to use the Nephilim as an army to fight against both sides, while Inarius wanted to hide and protect them by making them weaker. Lilith then went on a rampage and killed many of the other angel-demon hybrids who opposed her plan, until Inarius banished her into the void. He simply didn't have another choice, or so he felt. Inarius then, afterwards, used the Worldstone to weaken the Nephilim's power over generations, making them more human and less godlike. He also created a false religion to worship him as the one true God. Meanwhile, Heaven and Hell decided to spare Sanctuary for now, but they also agreed to manipulate and influence humanity for their own agendas. The Prime Evils, the three most powerful demons, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal, devised a plan to corrupt humanity and use them as weapons against heaven. They were banished to Sanctuary by their rivals, the Lesser Evils, and they possessed human hosts to carry out their scheme. They also sought to destroy or control the Worldstone, which was their greatest obstacle. The first game in the series follows the events of Diablo's awakening in the town of Tristram. He corrupted the Archbishop Lazarus and the young prince Albrecht, turning them into his minions. He also lured many adventurers into his lair beneath the cathedral, where he hoped to find a suitable host for his full resurrection. One of these adventurers managed to defeat Diablo and contain his essence in a soulstone, but he also became corrupted by the Lord of Terror and essentially sacrificing himself by smashing said soulstone into his own head. The second game follows the Dark Wanderer, the hero who is possessed by Diablo. You remember we just said he sacrificed himself in the first game to contain the soulstone, but in doing so he was possessed by Diablo, and he travels across Sanctuary to free his brothers Mephisto and Baal from their soulstones. This Dark Wanderer then opens a portal to hell, where he confronts the forces of heaven led by the Archangel Tyrael. Another group of heroes follows his trail and manages to slay Diablo and Mephisto in their respective domains. They also destroy their soulstones at the Hellforge, preventing them from returning. However, Baal escapes and invades Mount Arreat, where the Worldstone is guarded by the barbarian tribes. He corrupts the Worldstone with his old soulstone fragment, hoping to unleash hell on Earth. The heroes chase him down and kill him in the Worldstone chamber, but they are too late to stop his corruption. Tyrael arrives and decides to destroy the Worldstone with his own sword, sacrificing himself and causing a massive explosion that changes Sanctuary forever. The third game takes place 20 years after the Worldstone's destruction. A fallen star crashes into Tristram Cathedral, where Diablo was first defeated. This attracts a new generation of heroes who then investigates the mysterious event. They learn that the star is actually Tyrael, who has become immortal after defying heaven's orders to leave Sanctuary alone. He warns them that a new evil is rising, Belial and Asmodan, two of the lesser evils who have taken over hell after overthrowing the Prime Evils. The heroes embark on a quest to stop Belial and Asmodan from conquering Sanctuary. Along the way, they encounter Leah, a young woman who is haunted by visions of evil. She is actually the daughter of Adria, a witch who was once allied with Diablo's followers. Adria reveals that she has been working on a plan to resurrect Diablo as the prime evil, a fusion of all 7 evils into one being. She uses Leia as a vessel for Diablo's rebirth, since she is his niece through her father Aiden. Aiden was the Dark Wanderer. Diablo then launches an assault on heaven itself with his demonic army. The heroes follow him through a portal and fight their way through his minions. They confront Diablo at the Crystal Arch, the source of all creation and order in existence. They manage to defeat him and trap him in a new Black Soulstone, an artifact created by Zoltan Kuhl. Zoltan Kuhl, little side note, was basically a mad wizard. The artifact that was created by Zoltan Kuhl, the Black Soulstone, can hold multiple demon souls. However, their victory is short-lived as Malthael, the former Archangel of Wisdom who has become obsessed with ending the eternal conflict between heaven and hell by any means necessary, appears. He steals the Black Soulstone and uses it to drain the souls of humans who are part demon due to their Nephilim heritage. The only reason it is possible for him to drain humans is, again, because they are not really just humans. Deep inside, they are a mix of angels and demons. Malthael believes that this will tip the balance in favor of heaven and eradicate all evil from creation. The heroes pursue Malthael to Westmarch, a kingdom under siege by his army of reapers. They join forces with other survivors and allies such as Lorath Nar, who is a Horadrim scholar, Imperius, the Archangel of Valor, and Tyrael, now the Archangel of Wisdom. There are more people joining the heroes in their quest, so to speak, but I won't go into details about all of them. However, it's mainly just the important NPCs, and you might have heard about them. Hedrick Eamon, a blacksmith, or Vala, the demon hunter, Karazim, the monk, and so on. One of these people that also help, or did help, were Deckard Cain, who was a scholar but dies early in the game. They eventually reach the Pandemonium Fortress, or Pandemonium, an ancient battleground between heaven and hell, where Malthael awaits them at the fortress. They confront him at the heart of creation, a nexus of all life and death, where he plans to unleash the Black Soulstone's power and annihilate all demonic essence. They manage to destroy the Soulstone and kill Malthael, but at a great cost. Millions of human lives are lost, and many Nephilim powers are unleashed. And that was the end of Diablo III. Diablo IV takes place decades, and I'm thinking it was around 50 years after these events. Sanctuary is in chaos as humanity struggles to survive in a world without hope or guidance. Heaven has closed its gates, leaving mortals alone to face their fate. Hell has been silent, but its influence can be felt everywhere. Cults worship dark gods, and ancient evils stir in the shadows. A blood moon rises, signaling the return of Lilith, the mother of Sanctuary, who has been summoned back from the void by a pale figure, a man that first was believed to be Ratma, but now that we have a little bit of information from the beta, all I can say is that it was a pale man that resurrected Lilith in that way, or rather summoned her back from the void. His name is apparently Elias, and Lilith has her own agenda, and she will stop at nothing to achieve it. The question is, what is her plan? What role will the Nephilim play? What secrets lie beneath Sanctuary's surface? And what fate awaits the world in the end times? These are some of the questions that Diablo IV will answer as it continues the epic saga of good versus evil in one of the most iconic franchises in gaming history. I, for one, can't wait to see what happens. And even though this was just a brief summary of all the games and lore as we know it so far, the actual story of Diablo and the whole universe is much deeper, and I will release more videos of characters going into specific areas and all the lore in the future. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the Diablo IV lore, maybe even. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more Diablo content. And thank you for watching. I see you next time. Bye.